everyone. Welcome to CAN TV's Hotline Studio. We love you, CAN TV. We are from CHICAT, the Chicago Center for Arts and Technology. And I am BJ Allen. I am your host for today. And we have two other instructors. I'm an instructor at CHICAT in the Youth Arts program. And we have the other two youth art instructors here with me. Do you guys, you all want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm River Kerstetter. I am the lead instructor in our Design Arts studio.
Hello everybody, my name is Matthew Wilson. I'm the Maker Lab instructor.
Yay! So we are going...
Who are you?
Oh, well, I am BJ Allen. I am the digital arts instructor. We have 3 labs in the youth art programs at CHICAT. So first we're going to tell you a little bit about CHICAT in general. And then we're going to talk about our different labs we have in the youth arts programs and what classes we are offering right now in the fall for middle schoolers and high schoolers. So, first we're going to talk a little bit about CHICAT. For those of you who haven't heard of us yet, we're 2 years old. We are a nonprofit that provides education to adults and youth. The adult education program will come on next week, and they'll talk about the kinds of services and classes they have, but they're awesome. They have free technology programs for adults. All of our programs are free. Now, we are from the Youth Arts program. We have classes for middle schoolers and high schoolers after school. We also have some daytime programming, but mostly right now we're doing after-school programs. They've started this week, and we have open enrollment going right now. So, here's a little bit about CHICAT. Our mission is that we elevate our talents, culture, and community through transformative art studios, sector-driven training, and advanced technology. And if you want to find out more about us, I'll be saying this throughout the show, you can find us at chicat.org, and there's our phone number down there too, 312-733-1701. Here's our website. This is chicat.org. I just wanted to get an idea of what it looks like when you go there, but you can find out a lot more about all of our programs here at chicat.org. We're located near Roosevelt and Ashland on 13th Street. We're right by the Costco, and we're near the Pink Line and buses 9 and 12. And again, there's our contact information down at the bottom of the screen. So we are part of many CATs, which are Centers for Arts and Technology. We are the newest one in the United States. There are CATs all over the country. They are also educational institutions that have art and technology for both youth and adults. So this model has been proven time and again. There are many of these centers for arts and technology all over the country, and we're the newest. Here's some of our values: respect, embrace, shape, influence, and listen. This is just kind of giving you a little taste of who we are. Okay, so here are our fall programs that are coming up. For grades 6 through 12, we have programs in youth arts with our 3 different studios. And so rather than going over this whole schedule at once, just know for middle schoolers, it's Monday and Wednesday classes and Friday. And for high school, after school, from 4:30 to 6:30, I'll say that again. Middle schoolers, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30 to 6:30, and then Tuesday and Thursday for high schoolers. And those are from 5 to 7. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about all these cool classes that we have going on right now. So first, let's see what we got going on. This is the design lab, but let's show you River's face here a second so you don't forget who we look like. Yes, River! River is leading the classes in the design lab. So River, why don't you tell us a little bit about the design lab first, and then we'll go over your classes that you're offering in your lab.
Sure. So the Design Lab is one of our 3 studios that serve youth. And we do design in all of our studios, right? But in the Design Lab, we're looking at older technologies, more traditional techniques. So we do things like drawing, we do painting, we do printmaking, screen printing, as well as sculpture and fiber arts.
And that's the picture that is up right now, is the fiber arts
Yeah,
picture.
these are some students from last spring working on a fashion project.
And note how beautiful our building is with a lovely view of the Chicago skyline. We really have a gorgeous space. We're really fortunate for that. So, and what's this student doing?
That student looks like working on a paper cutting project, I believe.
Yeah, sorry, I've kind of sprung this on you, River.
Drawing.
Drawing.
From one of our drawing classes.
Drawing, and that's one of our high school students, Omar Rocks. Okay.
This is from one of our character design workshops, and that's actually something that we're going to be doing again this fall with middle schoolers.
Ah, well, that leads directly into the classes that are happening right now.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us?
Sure. So this fall, for middle schoolers in the Design Lab, the class is called Heroes Unite. So this class really looks at comics and character design, but we start with the basics. So this week our program started, and we started with basic drawing skills, and we're going to practice those, talking about, how to draw the human figure, how to draw characters, how to make drawings look 3D, like they're, really in space. So we're going over those basics, and then we're going to move into character design. So designing, characters that are interesting and can fit into stories that the students write. We're going to talk about comics, from the history of comics, which is really fascinating, into how to write comics, which is very different from, writing just a written story or writing a movie or, drawing just one picture. Comics have a lot going on, and that's what makes them so interesting and dynamic, and there's a lot you can do with them.
Sounds very fun.
Yeah, I love comics, so I'm really excited. And
Don't you guys maybe have a field trip planned?
yeah, we actually do, PJ. So once we get to writing our own comics and making our own comic books, we are going to take a trip to Read Write Library, which is a nonprofit up in Ukrainian Village, not too far away on the west side. And what Read Write Library does is they collect materials that were made by Chicagoans. So what we're going to do is go look at their collection for comics, zines, books made especially by young people. They have a big collection of books created by young people.
That's
so we're going to look
cool.
at that for some inspiration.
Very interesting.
Yeah, it's a really cool place. I'm excited to show our students.
And let's remind our viewers again what time and what age group this class is for.
This is Heroes Unite, which is Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And this is for middle schoolers from 4:30 to 6:30.
And again, you can register now. These classes are happening now, and they go right up until the end of the term, the school term, like around mid-December. And we have a fabulous exhibition at the end where all of our students show their work in our professional, gorgeous gallery that we have in our space. So there's a lot to look forward to. And our classes are relatively small. The limit is 16. So we're really able to give a lot of attention to the students. So, okay, so that was
Should I share a little bit about our high school class?
Yes, I was just going to go right there. So, yes, River, please.
Yeah, so for high schoolers in the Design Lab, the class is called Color, Clothes, and Chemistry. So this class is all about the art of making natural dyes for fabric, mostly. So before the Industrial Revolution, dye was usually made from minerals, from plants, from, things like insects, food, that kind of thing.
Insects?
Yeah.
Tell us about, no. So,
Well, no,
okay.
red. Still today, a lot of red dye is made from cochineal, which is an insect that lives on cactus.
Oh, and I did not know that.
Yeah.
I know that red is a hard color. It's an expensive color to create. So,
Yeah. Part of that is if you're, farming insects and then you have to process them. It's a big long process. We are not going to be processing insects in our class, but we are going to look at what plants, especially, we can use for natural dye. So we're going to talk about a little bit about chemistry, about the history of fashion, and then students are going to learn how to make their own garments that they can then dye, functional objects like bags, and then we'll also explore other applications for dye, like making our own paint, screen printing, that kind of thing. So,
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, and again, why don't you remind our viewers what age group and what time these classes are happening?
So color, clothes, and chemistry is for high schoolers. It's on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and it's 5 to 7, right?
Yep, 5
Yeah.
to 7.
Yep.
And just so you know, also students and parents out there, CHICAT opens at 2 p.m. for students to come hang out. So you can come right after school. We have this really beautiful youth lounge. We have lots of card games and board games. We also have a quiet room where you can study. A lot of students take that time to just finish up the homework for the day and get it out of the way. But just want you to know that CHICAT is a friendly, open place where students can come hang out before their classes.
We provide snacks.
Oh yeah, we got snacks.
And yeah.
Yeah, snacks and games and camaraderie.
Yeah.
All right. So now I think it's my turn to talk about the classes that I'm offering in the digital lab. So I'll give you a little brief intro to the lab. So in the digital lab, we do photography, we do video, we do sound, music. Let's see, what else do I got going on here? This is from a podcast class that we had last term. We interviewed Omar, who's one of our more advanced students, who is a fashion student in that class. And we turned this into a website called CHICAT. So we do web, graphic design, all kinds of fun stuff that we can do in Adobe Creative Suite. So, we have professional equipment, all kinds of fun stuff in the digital lab. So, for the fall, for right now, we'll start with high school, so don't look at the top here. So, we are doing music video production. So the students in this class are really going to get a professional look at how to create a music video with a client from beginning to end, because we have a couple musicians lined up who we're going to work with, and we are going to use professional equipment, DSLR cameras, Premiere Pro, After Effects. We're going to do motion graphics. We're going to do advanced color correction. This is going to be a fun class that's going to result in some really awesome videos. Excuse me. Because, a lot of people make video these days. A lot of people have, YouTube channels and what have you, which is awesome, and you can do a lot even just with your cell phone. But this class is geared towards using advanced equipment, using professional equipment, and of course, having a lot of fun. That's an important thing in my book. So, and again, 16 students per class. I have an assistant instructor in my class, Julius, who's going to come on one of these days soon. And Julius was part of an Emmy-winning production. So Julius and I both have a lot of experience in video and television. And so if you're a high school student and you want to up your game with video, take the music video production class. And it meets Tuesday and Thursday from 5 to 7 p.m. here at CHICAT. And again, free. All of these classes are totally free. There's no materials cost, there's no hidden weird fee, there's nothing like that at all. And again, we show this show all of the work at the student exhibition at the end of the term. Okay, so that was a high school classes, music video production. Then for middle schoolers, we have Into the Multiverse, which is basically a photography class that really takes Photoshop to the max by creating fantasy compositions. So this week we started, we're using DSLR cameras, so the students will learn, professional lighting and how to use a DSLR camera manually. And we are creating a fantasy composition kind of off of like fantasy like Lord of the Rings or Shrek or something, fantasy that is more sort of nature driven and doesn't have as much technology in it. Then we're going to be doing a comic book cover. We're going to be making, fantasy comic book cover, a heads up display from video, and a planet. Students will be making a planet in an alien environment, and all of this is Photoshop. Photoshop is so amazing. It's the basic, most foundational software that Adobe has. Once you learn Photoshop, it kind of can push you out into learning all kinds of other different software, graphic design software, video software. They're all very similar. But Photoshop is, I consider, the core. So we'll be doing Photoshop, and each student will be making about 5 different compositions, which we will also show in the final exhibition. I can't remember anymore. Yeah, that's pretty much that. So Monday and Wednesday from 4:30 to 6:30, and I'll flash this up again. Here we are in the Digital Arts Lab. That's the one where I'm the lead instructor. And classes started this week, but it's not too late to join the class. And again, free! They are free classes. So we hope that you take advantage of it. All right, so next, Matt. Yeah. Why don't you tell us about your classes, Matt, and about the Maker Lab?
Great. Okay. Again, my name is Matt Wilson. I'm the Maker Lab instructor. So for this fall, I'm offering 2 classes, one for middle school, one for high school. I guess I will start with the middle school class. The middle school class meets Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 4:30 to 6:30. Again, this is all a part of the free programming that CHICAT provides students. My middle school class is Monster Magic, in which students will learn how to design their own fictional character or creature. They will 3D model it, digital sculpt it, and then 3D print it. So it's really about getting students to kind of learn how to take their own ideas and make it real. But from the beginning to the end of the class, before they're actually at a point where they can fully take on their own character, we'll be learning how to make other characters that are already existing. So if people want to learn to 3D model a gingerbread man or a minotaur or other fictional characters from various parts of the world, we're going to be learning that because each week will introduce a new continent, and that will be the arena, the platform that we will investigate the works of fiction or mythologies or different fictional characters from that area. So it's good about getting people to learn a skill, but it's also to get people to learn about other people's and what kind of works of fiction or what kind of mythology they also bring to the world. So it's semi-learning about cultures, semi-learning about software, 3D modeling, 3D printing.
That's such a great idea, Matt. I totally wanted to steal that from you. That is so good. I can't wait to see what the work is like.
Well, I hope that it's good for the students, and then I hope that it does influence other people. We're a team. We're a youth arts team. We all focus on youth development. We all work together. So our classes should influence each other. Some of the ideas we've probably already borrowed from each other, and we probably just don't know it. So
this would be a good time to talk about the trading cards. Do you mind going?
Sure, I'll go on to that.
Yeah.
So, all of us have middle school classes that feature some sort of exploration of fiction or fantasy, students really coming into their own and being their own person, their own boss, making their own designs. River, the design lab instructor, had a great idea that maybe we should take it a step further. Instead of just individual projects, we can have trading cards that the students make, and these trading cards will be about the characters that the students created in each lab. So it's really about getting work to be ready for a show, but also getting work ready to be shared with others, which is a very important part of what CHICAT does. We share our technology, we share our education, we share our values. It's important that we get students to realize that their artwork can go beyond the studio and get into bigger things. If it gets to trading cards or contests or competitions online, that's all great for them. And it's great for us because students are getting more than what they would normally have if they weren't participating in CHICAT.
And we're emphasizing that this term in particular, like getting the work out, like the music video production class, we want to submit it to festivals. We really want to encourage students to see themselves as part of a broader art community. And I'd also like to add that all three of us have master's degrees in our specialized areas, and some other cool thing I wanted to mention about that. Oh, yes, we are all interdisciplinary artists. So we encourage students to explore all the different labs and to think of work that goes beyond just one project, but also how to create work that spreads across a lot of different media. So Matt, why don't we go back? Yeah, let's go
to the high school.
Yeah, on to the high school.
So for my high school class this fall, it will be meeting Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 to 7 p.m. The high school class is Arcade. Arcade focuses on teaching students how to use P5.js, which is a JavaScript library, to code a two-dimensional video game. So the influence for these video games will be based off of classic arcade games, retro video games. So if someone's looking at Pong or Galaga or Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, etc., all of these different pre-existing great heavyweight titles will be the influence for the students. So students will learn how to make their own variables, their own characters, learn how to make controls work in code, and by the end of the semester they will have their own spin on a classic video game that people will be able to play at the art show. So by December 20th, by our art show on December 20th, we will have artwork for people to come on and see in the gallery, and they'll be able to play the students' video games. So it's going to be a great time for people to show off what they've learned amongst all of our programs and be able to show off the trading cards they made in all of our programs.
It's really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, we have plans. We have plans for the exhibition itself to kind of take down the white wall look with work posted on it. We're going to make the arcade portion of it in particular, I think, is going to be a really fun experience for an exhibition. And Matt, do you mind telling us a little bit more about the Maker Lab?
Yes, so the Maker Lab itself is a part of the Maker movement, which is teaching people how to use new technologies, new softwares to accomplish projects that they wouldn't be able to do by hand or with other tech. What that means is students will learn about programming, 3D modeling, making vector art in use with 3D printers or virtual reality headsets or laser cutters, CNC routers, etc. People are really just pushed to learn new things, try new things, and just make new work. And that's pretty much all we can ask for. We can ask for people to come in, attend our classes, show up with great creative energy, and then we're going to guide them into a new frontier creatively, which is really what we focus on.
And this is kind of unusual in that our Maker Lab is really well stocked. How many 3D printers do we have in there?
I have 10 3D printers, 2 CNC routers / engravers, laser cutter, 8 VR headsets, 4 vinyl cutters, a lot of soldering guns, a lot of robotics equipment. So it's a lot of things. It's really just about making sure that students show up ready to learn, ready to make smart work, and ready to get in there and try something new. The more that they try, the more they focus, the more creative they are, the more they're going to get out of my studio as well as everyone else's studio.
Agreed. Yeah, we're really fortunate to have so much. We have a lot of awesome equipment. All of our studios are very well endowed with updated technology, and that's part of our mandate at CHICAT. That CHICAT, I mean, CHICAT's a beautiful place, and part of CHICAT's theory is that the environment really affects the outcome. How you feel out in a space really affects how you act. And we have a beautiful space with updated equipment, and we're ready to show students how they can be part of that conversation of art and technology and what's happening here in the present. All right, so where are we? We got 6 minutes left.
I was going to say, BJ, that our equipment, our environment is one of our big assets at CHICAT, but we're also really lucky that we bring together a lot of different people. As a team, we're very diverse. We all have very different backgrounds, and the people we serve come from different backgrounds too. So I think that's something really special, and it's something that we, value at CHICAT, that we're bringing different people together, different ideas, different technologies. I think that's something that really makes CHICAT a special place.
Yeah, I would, just to piggyback off of what River just said, a lot of what we're doing is making artwork using groundbreaking technologies or pushing these ideas forward that really don't get shared in a normal classroom. But we also make sure that we as a staff are pushing ourselves to do better. In terms of programming, in terms of reaching out, we go around to various parts of the city for recruitment. We put on various family events to make sure that people outside of the classroom are getting involved as well. So we have a Dia de los Muertos celebration coming up. We're going to have a fall harvest dinner. Those are just two examples of family events to which students as well as their relatives can come participate in, open to the public. It's really just about us pushing CHICAT to be involved in more ways than one. So if you want to come for some of the adult programming, if you want to come for the youth programming, if you want to come for the family events, we're really just trying to make sure that we get to as many people as we can to share what we have to make better positive impacts for everyone around the city of Chicago.
And anyone can come to our classes. You don't need to live near us. There's no other requirements that other than that you show up at the door. And yeah, Matt's totally right. We've celebrated Black History Month. We've celebrated Pride. Both of those were really beautiful celebrations that we had at CHICAT, and we really are a diverse group and a nice bunch of people. We really enjoy having visitors. You can call down here on the bottom if you're watching this show live. Right now, if you have any questions for us right now, feel free to call 312-738-1060. But yeah, I feel privileged to be working with you guys and to be able to do what we do, for sure.
And a quick plug before we wrap up, a quick plug for the adult programming, if we haven't already covered it. Outside of the youth programming, we have adult programming, which is job-oriented, right? So it's about taking people who, as long as they have a GED, they can come on and do the application. There's 3 tracks. There's a food lab tech, the medical billing and coding, and then as well as the advanced manufacturing track.
Maintenance mechanics.
Maintenance mechanics.
Yeah, that is so cool. I want to take the maintenance mechanics, but I'm kind of stuck here being a digital arts instructor.
Well, you never know. There might be crossover. But essentially, once people get into those tracks, there's staff to help them learn what's necessary for their job readiness. Once they complete the programs, they have a nationally recognized certificate. There's job placement officer. There's a lot of help for people. So we do a lot for the youth as well as the adults in Chicago.
I think it's amazing that the adult program, everything is free. So the tests are free, the certifications are free, and we have 100% job placement rate, don't we?
That's why we shouldn't quote ourselves on that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure
They're
the job. Yeah, it's very good.
As of,
very high
as of
rate.
the last graduating class, it was 100%.
Yeah.
Yep, and I know those are real careers where you can earn a decent living and have benefits and all the stuff that can be kind of hard to come by nowadays. So I know it's on my next slides. I can show you where you can find us other than just watching this video. So you can find us on Facebook. Can't see what CHICAT. Okay, you can find us on Facebook here. Just search for Chicago Center for Arts and Technology. You can also find us on Twitter. I can't remember what our is it. CHICAT. I think it's CHICAT Chicago. That's what our handle is. Our handle is CHICAT Chicago. So here you can also find out about us on Twitter. You can also find us on Instagram, Chicago Center for Arts and Technology. And again, we are located, you can also just stop by. We're located on 13th Street, and you can give us a call. So thanks again for watching, and see you soon. Oh wait, sorry. Whoops. I'm sorry. We got 50 seconds left. I thought there was a minute left. Okay. So in that case, I'm going to push our youth classes that we just all talked about again. We have digital arts classes. And that's the studio that I run, music video production, and Into the Multiverse, which is a photo compositing class. And what's in the design lab? Quick.
We have a natural dye class and a comics class.
And in the Maker Lab, we have an arcade class and a Monster Magic class.
Yay! So again, all these classes are free. They're happening right now. They're after-school classes. If you can get to our location, we would love to see you. So thanks again for watching, and also be sure to find us online.